Hey PokeChamps, InfamousTrainer here and welcome back to the Neous region. Wow, the region has really expanded since the time of its creation. In the last video we created new Pokemon and used brand new type combos in the process. And it seems a lot of you enjoyed the video. So today we'll continue that with some new staple Pokemon that need to be in this region, alongside some that make sense with overall themes of the region too. And oh, before I forget, I wanted to say for those in my Discord server, you guys have some awesome looking teams. Some of you in the Discord have put some powerful teams together and I cannot wait to see the final version of those teams. So if you would like to show your team so far, be sure to hop into the Discord server with the link in the description down below. We'd love to have you there and see your team. That being said, let's go ahead and dive into these brand new Pokemon. Alright, now I know you guys have been patient for this one, and of course this Pokemon is a staple for any new Pokemon region. That of course being a regional Meowth. Up to this point we have the Cantonian, Alolan, and Galarian, so why not create a brand new one for our region, being a Neonian form. But for added measure, let's go ahead and make it a little unique. So what happens when you mix Meowth with cat martial arts? Well, you get this. Meowth, the martial arts Pokemon, and a pure fighting type, with the abilities Scrappy and Steadfast. In Neous, Meowth tend to be more obedient and domesticated. Majority of them live within cities or secluded dojos, and they tend to spend hours meditating and perfecting their form. Normally Meowth is found with his tail wrapped around his body, similar to a martial arts spell, but within battle it tends to use it sort of like a weapon. Also, like its tail, you'll see the additional fur on top of its head, just like a headgear piece you would see in martial arts. That will overall help with giving additional defenses so it can take incoming blows. Again, Meowth is a staple of any new Pokemon region, so of course I had to add the Pokemon. Now I don't know if you guys noticed this, but of course this Pokemon is a fighting type, which makes it strong against every other version of Meowth, because the other ones are normal, steel, and dark, which means so far I have the most elite Meowth. And of course if you have Meowth, you usually have some form or additional evolution. Some versions turn to Persian, and some turn to other things like Berserker, which is awesome by the way. So let's expand on the idea that we have for Meowth with its evolution. Persian. Now Persian is the martial arts Pokemon, again being pure fighting type with the ability Scrappy and the hidden ability Mold Breaker, a little bit different from Meowth. Once Neonian Meowth evolves into Persian, it takes on a more sensei-like role, teaching young Meowth ways to use their tails in battle more effectively. And of course, now evolved, its tail has a blackish tint to it, seeming kind of like a black belt. And you can see the same exact change with his headgear fur. Now let it be known that Persian are incredibly strong, being able to take down packs of Meowth with minimal effort. Again, it can be found having his tail wrapped around his body until battle, like a martial arts belt. Now let me tell you, this Pokemon is very simple but effective. Now you may notice compared to the regular Persian or even the Alolan version, it's a lot more lean and muscular, as this Pokemon is very toned and very traditional about its training. Effectively using that tail, which looks incredible by the way, as like a nunchuck sort of weapon. But the main thing I wanted here was I wanted a feline that was going to be a fighting type but stay a quadruped. I think the tones of black really add that kind of more sensei high teacher vibe, and overall I love the design of it. Also, the original idea was to turn this Pokemon's name into Persifu as like a nice little nod to like the martial arts side of it, but I decided to keep it Persian as it's really Persian here and it doesn't go through a big transformation like Berserker. Either way, it's a cool cat. Now for those who aren't aware, I've been pulling some inspiration from my region from an anime called Black Clover, which is a show I've come to love. Within the anime, there is an amazing feline I wanted to turn into a Pokemon, which is named Rouge, better known as the Red Thread of Fate. That had me thinking, small cat, big head, and something I can turn into a fun version of. Then it hit me, Skitty. I swear this Pokemon is a forgotten mon. Either way, it has to be in Neous, so introducing Neonian Skitty. Skitty, the Fate Cat Pokemon, a fairy and psychic type, with the ability Super Luck and the hidden ability Wonder Skin. Now Skitty within Neous are a rare occurrence. A Pokemon known for its amount of uncanny luck, and it's rumored if you capture this Pokemon, some of its luck will rub off on you. It's definitely a prized Pokemon for any trainer that comes across it. Now let it be known that this form of Skitty cannot evolve. Even though lucky, due to the threads across its body, it constricts it so it cannot evolve. Either way, it doesn't matter. This Pokemon is lucky and you'll be lucky to have it. Let me say I love the colors on this Pokemon. And also, Skitty feels like a very forgotten Pokemon. I don't ever hear anyone talking about it, nor do we get to see it in the Pokemon anime too often. So why not bring it back to life with a regional form? And of course, I made it different since it cannot evolve. I did think about adding Delcatty or a brand new evolution, but I thought keeping it really similar to the character within Black Clover was a little bit better here. And overall, it transferred pretty well. We go from Skitty to a really cool looking black cat variant with some dope threads all over it. I imagine this Pokemon being more of a setup defensive Pokemon, and with those abilities, it should be able to do something for your team. Regardless, that's Skitty for you. Alright, so I noticed within Neous, I have quite a bit of Ghost type. Like, a lot of Ghost type, and this was totally by accident, by the way. So, why not 2 more? With the help of Cozy Cramorant, better known as Ellie Loves Hugs over on Twitter, congrats on 10k by the way, we came up with this brand new form for a surprising Kalos Pokemon. And let me just show you guys. Here is Helioptile. Now known as the Soul Corpse Pokemon and a Ghost and Psychic type with the ability Frisk and the hidden ability Cursed Body. The Pokemon known as Helioptile is very different from its Kalos counterpart. Though a Pokemon which once loved the sun, tends to live in dark dreary areas within Neous. After being bullied from the warm sun-based locations within Neous from stronger Pokemon, they were led to empty fields and graveyards. Being there, they connected more with the lingering souls of old Pokemon and even people, which over time gave them a different appearance and type as they did become one. Overall, very simple. And let me tell you, this Pokemon looks vastly different from the standard one that we do know. I will mention that this typing is something I thought of last minute, and it's freaking amazing. I love the typing of Ghost Psychic. I don't know how many Pokemon we have of this type because I just didn't research that deep into it, but let me tell you, I think I would add this to my team personally. Now of course this Pokemon has to evolve, but I'll be giving you guys a different name, so I'll introduce you guys to Corpolisk. Also being the Soul Corpse Pokemon and a Ghost and Psychic type with the same ability and hidden ability, Corpolisk is a little bit different from your very standard Heliolisk. This new evolution expands on the first form connected to the souls of the past Pokemon and people. Some theorize that under the wraps of this Pokemon is actually hollow, and some others think that there is actually a soul of an existing Pokemon underneath. Either way, it's extremely hard to see through the husk of this Pokemon. But even with this look, this Pokemon is far from mean and dangerous. To be honest, it's even quite friendly. Now let me say, this is a pretty cool Ghost type Pokemon. Now I will mention I don't have any Ghost type gym leaders within my region, but I'm pretty sure you'll see it on one of the upcoming teams for a gym leader or Elite Four, or possibly a villain team character. You'll just have to wait and see. Also, if you notice, this Pokemon is huge. It's really tall compared to its counterpart. So imagine walking beside this Pokemon which is like 5'4". Either way, I think you guys will like it. Also, for a bit of knowledge, this line is based off of the Soul Corpse magic being representative of David and Jimmy from the actual magic user. So that's the tie-in for the entire line of this Corpolisk Pokemon. Now I think it's time for a sneaky Pokemon, or just something I haven't seen in a while. How about Mawile? I feel I haven't seen this Pokemon much in the games or even the anime for that matter. Yeah, let's do it. Let's introduce Neonian Mawile. Mawile, the Secrecy Pokemon, and a Steel and Ice type with the ability Snow Cloak and the hidden ability Intimidate. Neonian Mawile is a Pokemon that you don't know is there unless it wants you to know it's there. Also, when this Pokemon is not in battle, it's even more reserved than its Hoenn counterpart, but always be cautious of its huge jaws, which now are able to conceal an ice dagger that it usually keeps on itself. Now there is a big warning with this Pokemon. Definitely beware. Don't be fooled by its cuteness. Mawile are known for using their cuteness to help lower the guard of their opponents and then jumping in for a powerful strike. That being said, I thought it'd be cool to have a sneaky ice assassin Pokemon, which shares some similar details to a Black Clover character, that being Mariella. Now this character is known for being a former assassin of the Diamond Kingdom, who actually uses ice magic as their main magic attribute. For me, this covered 2 things. First, giving us a Steel and Ice type, which I wanted to have more of in the region, so this fits well. Also having a sneaky Pokemon, because this is kind of like an assassin in the night or in the snow. And of course tying in some more Black Clover references for you guys. Overall, I like this Pokemon, and I think it'd be a cool rival to like a Weavile or something like that. So if you have this Pokemon, just be careful for its jaws. Now it's time for our last line and the obvious Pokemon from my region. Now in the realm of Black Clover, our main character Asta uses swords as a weapon. Funny enough, we have a sword-based Pokemon. So here is Neonian Honedge. Honedge, the sword Pokemon, being a steel and normal type with the ability No Guard. Now long ago, there was a great war that was held in Neous. And to this day, there are still blades of the victors of the war scattered throughout the region. Apparently this Pokemon is born when a victor's spirit inhabits a sword. Unlike the Kalos counterpart, it doesn't have to attach itself to the person to drink their life force away to live with us. It simply strives and actually lives off of its own victories. So the more it wins, the stronger it gets. Now again, this was an obvious choice because Asta has a sword that looks just like this, that being his Demon Slayer sword. So it just made sense to have it as the version of Honedge. But if you have Honedge, of course you have its evolution, Neonian Doublade. Now Doublade again is the sword Pokemon, still normal and no guard for the ability. Now this Pokemon changes size and shape as well as adding on a brand new sword. In this form, it tends to be more aggressive. Due to having the ability to strike more than once in a quick fashion, it will use complex patterns to become more unstoppable. Additionally, you'll notice that it's holding a book, which is rumored to house the ability to learn elemental attacks in the future. That's kind of a wink wink to its evolution. Now of course, this Pokemon is based off of his Demon Dweller sword, and it looks really good. I think it works well, and it's a Pokemon that I would add to my team. Now this right here is where things get spicy, because for those who don't know, I love split evolutions. So what did I do? Of course, I gave Doublade a split evolution. And let's go ahead and start with the most obvious one. That of course being Aegislash. Aegislash, the Mystic Sword Pokemon. Steel and normal type with the ability Libero. Now I know you didn't expect that. I promise you didn't. Doublade, now evolved into Neonian Aegislash, is quite different from the Kalos variant. This form of Aegislash doesn't rely on its form change, but instead always stays on the offensive. With book in hand, it allows it to actually activate the ability Libero to use more special type moves, which of course it wouldn't use in the two previous stages. It's also noted that this Pokemon will guard the book with its entire life. Now design wise, there is a lot of things I like about this Pokemon. First, Aegislash is huge. This Pokemon is like 5'5". Secondly, having Libero is just remarkable and something that I thought was really cool, especially with having the normal type. It can switch types and kind of be steel whatever it wants to be from here. And then more specifically on design wise, I love the book. The purple pages just fit so well and it looks so good. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of my favorite designs. But what happens if you didn't evolve into Aegislash? What if your Doublade actually had a brand new item with it? Either way, I want to introduce you guys to Kuroslash. Kuroslash, the slasher sword Pokemon and a steel and dragon type, with the ability Multiscale. Doublade has an alternate evolution within Neous. Now of course, this only happens if it comes in contact with the dragon sheath. Upon evolving to this form, it has an appearance of a traditional katana, which actually allows it to keep consistent speeds in different attack patterns. Now this form was founded in Neous as a traveler from a different region came over and had the sheath come in contact with a Doublade. To this day, a lot of us still wonder where the item came from. Also, this is the most aggressive Pokemon out of the entire line. Now of course, if you're not aware of the inspiration of this Pokemon, also in comparison to the previous Aegislash, let me tell you. And I guess I should say spoiler warning for anyone who's not finished with the anime for Black Clover. Now Aegislash is based off of the Demon Destroyer sword, which is a very powerful weapon for Asta. And the katana of course is the Demon Slasher katana, which is something that Asta gets at the end of the anime and into the time skip. I wanted to make sure I hit all the notes of all the swords Asta's using. And if he were to get another, I guess I have to create another branched evolution from there. 3 evolutions, 1 Pokemon? That'd be kind of crazy. But either way, I wanted to give some options. So either you can go with the Libero Aegislash, which is pretty awesome, or you can go for the multi-scale Steel Dragon Kuroslash. I mean, I'm giving you guys options here. And of course, this Pokemon will be a secondary ace Pokemon to a certain person that you guys will meet later. Either way, let me know which one you guys would choose out of the 2. Well, what did you guys think? A lot of new Pokemon down and some more to go. Now I will mention there's not a crazy amount of Pokemon left, but there's still some that will get you guys really excited. Hopefully we get through those pretty quick, as I'm excited to show you guys new things like rivals and their respective teams. But for now, be sure to let me know what kind of Pokemon you'd like to see in the next future episode of the region. Be sure to leave a like and share the video out, and subscribe if you're new. Tons of new Fakemon content on the way. I know there hasn't been much, but your boy's been working on a couple different things, so make sure you guys do have that notification bell clicked for all kinds of new content. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys all for watching, and bye!